Well, here we all are once again in the Tower Chrysler studios, the final barn burner of the week. It's the Redster, it's the Pinder, and it's myself. Tower Chrysler, the #1 Tower Chrysler Dodge Ram Jeep dealer in all of the city and southern Alberta. Yeah, when it's for...
Let's go.
There's only one. I got a message. Apparently, our buddy Serge Lacasse, the manager general over at Tower Chrysler, he was listening the other day. The ice cream sandwiches and all of that.
Old man food.
Yeah. He had not. He was unfamiliar with the two-banger.
Really?
Yeah, he had not heard of the two-bangers. I've never heard of this. Of course, the two-banger being when you go to Costco. Sometimes you just go to Costco only for the two-banger. Sometimes it's because you're there and you get groceries. But sometimes it's just like, I need the two-banger. $1.50, hot dog and a drink. Oof. You cannot beat it. So it's so good, so you get two of them. And I told him, I said, actually, what my strategy was, I didn't need two drinks. But I would take the two drinks because optically, if somebody was watching or you take them to go, right? If you were going to sit in shame and eat them in your truck or whatever, I would take the two drinks anyway to make, well, he's getting it for
his buddy or his wife.
2 drinks, 2 dogs. That's a reasonable thing to do for sure. Yeah, that's how you do that. So
are you done?
Yeah, I'm done, Rhett.
The reason old Sugar Daddy, Big Sugar Surge, old Sugar Daddy Surge hasn't done the two bag or the two is because he gets the Sunday.
Oh, okay.
Right, that's his thing because he likes sugar.
The Sunday, listen. You may judge if you wish, all of you, but the soft serve Sunday at Costco, it's hard to beat. It is hard to beat.
Could you share the story of? I don't know that we've mentioned it on the show or not, but we have a trip coming up at the end of the month. And for this particular trip, we needed a headshot for you, Dean. Do you want to finish that story or no? Because you have changed your habits significantly.
Facial recognition's not going to work?
I don't think his old phone would open right now.
It was a photo. Yeah, it was a photo taken at the old station, at the old studio, like in the Northeast. And dude's very large.
Swollen?
Dude's filling out that blazer for sure.
You know what it was? It was a year before the pandemic because I was on afternoons at the time with Pat. So it was in the new building. I remember because it was in a certain email that I have. You did not look like you. You looked like someone that may have eaten you.
I mean, I look awful now. Make no mistake about it.
Right now, Jason.
But
my thought was, he's like, hey, do you have a headshot by chance? And I'm like, yeah, I got one. Here's one. He's like, I don't even know where I could get a headshot. And I'm like, well, check this one out. And you're like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Because it's like things happen slowly. If you see someone every day, you don't notice. If you visit someone every 6 months or a year, you're like, oh my God, these kids are growing. They're like, man, you're in shape. But day by day, you don't notice. That for me was like a whoa.
Yeah, that was prime.
Mike changed your life.
That was prime two banger.
Yes, that was two banger boom.
Yeah, that was two banger boom for sure. So, I don't know. I feel like I might need to wheel over to Tower and take some, just fire up some bangers over at Costco and fire them out like he was firing the ice cream sandwiches the other day. Just Polish sausage, just firing them out to the boys and girls there over at Tower. Now, who, because today is National Something Day.
Yeah.
Who had the awareness on this? Is that you?
Well, we'd like to leave Rhett with some responsibility, but he can't really keep track of stuff. And it was always great when we said it's National Something Day. And he would like open up a website and list like 40 days. But when the day came, he would never remember. So today it happened to jump into my Twitter feed. It is National Donut Day. So to all who celebrate, happy NDD.
Does the donut have to have a hole in it?
It's a good debate. I don't think so because
we have a graphic,
like a long.
But I guess before we get to it, retro. I'm not sure I'm not sure where you fall in on sweets. You're kind of hit and miss. I was wondering where you are on the donut.
It's a rare occasion when I take a bite of a donut. Very rare.
So in your playing days, let's say you come into the room with a coffee. Someone's got a box of donuts at the table in the middle of the room. You're way early for practice. Are you having one or just walk right by?
Or I'll walk right by.
Really?
Not even. No. I would say I have a bite of donut every 5 years to 5 to 10 years.
5 years? What? Dean, please annihilate this man.
Not just last weekend. There was Boston cream circulating the vehicle.
Yeah.
It got passed in my direction. No.
Is that right, eh? There's a donut place in Vancouver at
there's a donut place in Buffalo called Paula's, and they're as big as Boom's old head.
Yeah. This place it's Granville Island, the market there. And people are lined up outside and out the door and down the side of the building to get these donuts, which I think are good. I don't know that they're stand in line, wait for them good. But so I guess this falls a little flat because I figured you were not a donut guy. So for you to now have an opinion on a donut, if we were to draft.
When I was growing up, the Long John was the only real donut I liked.
That had the whipped cream inside of it?
I don't even remember if
just a chocolate top. That's all right.
Chocolate top, and I thought it would have either a cream or a whipped cream filling.
No, not that I recall.
You can dress them up, but the standard Long John does not have cream on the inside, I believe.
Anyone ever make the donut?
No.
Always was a big hit in the Warner-Vassar combo in Frontier, Saskatchewan, when Auntie would start throwing together some donuts, get the fryer. Well, she didn't have a fryer. She had a pot with oil in it. Made them herself.
What is that? Right cheat sneak?
No. This is Aunt Loretta.
Loretta wouldn't do that in public.
Come back home, Loretta.
What about the mini donuts?
See,
telling me you're going to pass on those, Rhett? Come on.
Wouldn't touch them.
Oh my god.
You could. No.
Have a great weekend, everybody.
Thanks, Boom.
Yes.
See you Monday.
See you on Monday.
Rhett, show's yours.
I do enjoy the mini donuts. I do. And you know what?
Why? Because you don't feel as guilty eating 10?
No. No, I was going to say the reason why I like the mini donuts is it's the shortest amount of time from being prepared to being eaten.
See, I think it's the sugar.
It's like they make because they're still warm.
Yes.
Like you never have mini donuts when they're cold, really. God, usually you've got a bag, it's because they're still warm. They are at their absolute peak for consumption.
That is true. You would rarely get a large donut that's still warm. The mini donuts, always piping hot.
Always nice and hot. I remember one time I saw in Kijiji, somebody was selling their mini donut trailer. I was going to buy the fucker just to have.
That was too
just
big.
Leave it out front, turn it on every Saturday.
Yeah, just fire it up. Oh yeah. Hi, sir. How much for the donuts? Not for sale. Get off my lawn.
These are mine. FO.
Bugger off. So with that said, now this not as intriguing or as interesting. We can take a look at the graphic. If you were to have a donut draft, and if you had the first overall pick,
No, not the chocolate dip.
I'm a Boston cream guy. That was always the move. I don't do it often, but I really like the Boston cream.
This would not go. If I was to do it, this is not even close. Not even close to my list.
The one I don't understand is 12, Dean, the sour cream glazed. I'm like, sour cream donut? What are we doing here? And maybe they're fantastic. I'm immediately passing by that one if it's some sort of variety box. I'm never buying that as a solo. I don't even know if I've ever had one.
I think it would surprise you. It's not bad. It's Chrysler-esque. It's pretty good. The one that I have a hard time with is your number 2 or your number 5.
Double chocolate is shit.
The chocolate donut I find always to be very hard and dry,
crusty,
dense, and
very dense, which is good if it's moist, but it's never moist. It's just
that's true. Yeah.
Canadian maple, Boston cream, vanilla dip, maple dip, maybe the honey cruller
dip.
Powder jelly would go ahead of the honey cruller for me. So there's my top 5 right there. The Canadian maple, in no particular order. Boston cream.
Well, come on, try your best.
Okay.
Try your best to give us an order.
I'll go Boston cream first, Canadian maple, vanilla dip. What was the one I just said? The powdered jelly. And then the maple dip, probably.
Yeah.
So you're bypassing the standard honey dip altogether, just the standard glazed donut.
You know what? I'll throw the honey dip in instead of the Canadian or the maple dip because I've already got a Canadian maple in there.
Yeah, and I'm with you, Dean. Like the honey dip, it may be sort of the old standard, but that's like vanilla ice cream. That's still that's a moist, amazing donut. Honey dip's in there for me. I got Boston cream 1, and I'll go with the maple for 2. I don't mind that. What about you, Dino?
The honey dip, when it's good, is hard to beat. There's not much to it, but there's not much to fuck up. It's just if it's nice, it's perfect. I'm kind of with you. Maybe it's because we've been Tim Hortoned our entire life, but I find it hard to beat a good Boston cream. And because I think they sell so quickly and regularly, chances are you're getting one that's relatively fresh. Whereas the other ones, you don't know when that was made. Was that made at 3 this morning? It's 5 in the afternoon. You don't know when you're having that.
Third? What the hell? Yeah.
I love the chocolate dip growing up, but I've kind of passed it a little bit. But yeah, it's the apple fritter I do enjoy. Son of a gun. I don't know. Is it a donut that doesn't have a hole in it? So I don't know.
That's on the list.
It's
is anyone seeing the chat right now?
No.
Now, this is the analysis we have come to you guys for. Legit content right here. Cutting edge, guys. It's right in their wheelhouse right now on this donut draft.
It's true. Yeah. This is, the Stanley Cup Final is around the corner, but this is the analysis that you can really count on. The powdered jelly. Now, we knew them as jam busters.
Ooh. Yeah.
They were known as a jam buster, and it may have powdered jelly or just regular sugar. They'd roll it in just your regular white sugar, not the powder.
Oh, okay.
Both very good. If you weren't careful, though, much like the Boston cream, they might fuck you on how much jam you're getting on the inside.
Oh, you
they might. You take 1 bite, 2 bites. Where's the jam? I'm 3 bites into this son of a bitch, and I haven't found any jam yet.
If you go 2 and there's nothing there, it feels like you're getting screwed.
You should throw it right in their face.
Is this have I got a faulty one?
2 things. Also, if you have 2 bites and it's all gone.
Fair enough.
I've had that happen.
When you look down and you realize
the
reservoir's gone.
Yeah.
These pricks are shorting me on the jam.
Well, you just hit the bullseye. They missed the center and you happened to you struck oil first try. This was like Leduc in the 50s or whatever it was.
Side note, you cannot make pancakes with powdered sugar in place of flour.
Really?
Learned that the hard way. Learned that the hard way.
What did you
Doesn't matter how much you put in there. It won't thicken.
It's just because they were white? It was a white powder?
It's a white powder.
It was a white fine powder. Right? It was a white fine powder. Should work.
Use some ground up Tylenols. This will work, right? It's white.
Yeah. And you know what? The vanilla dip is just fun.
Yeah.
You know? You're having a bad day, go have a vanilla dip. Those sprinkles are all colored.
What number is that?
You know, 50. The other thing, though, the other thing wrong with this whole list is there's too many. Like, there's things on, I don't need 20. There's no effing way I'm going to
Toasted coconut can beat it. There's no chance.
What are we talking? Blueberry? Never heard of walnut crunch? What?
Walnut crunch. See ya.
Yeah.
Some of these, they're not on the list. You know what this is like? This is like one of those beer passport things where they've got 150 beer and you're like, I don't want to get to 150. Top 10, please.
You know what I'm saying right now? You can take the bottom row, 16 through 20, and just...
Are you missing anything if we crop this and it just has 3 rows? You're missing nothing.
If you're eating so many effing donuts that you have to go to the bottom of the row to find a new flavor, you come on.
Yeah, and if somebody's coming out and being, man, the Dutchie, I love the Dutchie. Just get out of the conversation, walk away, hang up the phone, whatever you're doing.
That could be a serial killer. If you like Dutchie, you can't be trusted.
That person owns
assault rifles,
bodies in the basement or something strange. But yeah, row 3,
cherry stick. It's in the chat.
Yeah,
what
I don't know what
is a cherry stick.
See, row 3, I think you can get down with vanilla dip, maple, jelly, honey dip. Those are almost standards.
Yeah,
right?
but they're too far down.
They are. Point. Toasted coconut is shit.
Awful.
Even up
double
top there,
chocolate.
I'm not doing number 2, 4, or 5. Old fashioned, plain, chocolate glaze, or double chocolate. They're all out.
Old fashioned blows. Like, it's a donut. It's got to be sweet.
It's before we created enough sugar, right? Like,
did you run out?
It's a pancake. It's a shitty pancake.
Seriously,
beat it.
It's a fucking pretzel that's missing a half. Get it out of here.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This could be a list of 10. You need 10.
Power rankings would be easy to get a top 10 here.
Yeah,
easy cuts. This was like Daryl at training camp last year. He had his A team before they even started, and all the A team was skating together. You're like, there are no cuts. He's already made the fucking team. That's what we can do with this group.
Yeah,
there's a clear AHL roster here.
Meanwhile, Pelche's like, I can't believe he thinks I'm the Walnut Crunch.
Right.
I'm not Walnut Crunch. I should be.
Milano's like, how am I supposed to make plays? I got the fucking half the AHL.
Come on.
Playing with
I should guess he'd be the Eclair, something Francais.
Yeah.
Je m'appelle Eclair. So there you go. Happy National International Donut Day, something like that.
Sure.
So you haven't had a donut in 5 years. Can you? Is there a situation
every 5 years? Not even
where you might
donut.
The situation, I can envision it already. I'm on a golf trip and we stayed up too late and we're feeling like garbage and we're in a some sort of van or vehicle back to the course and your head is just, you're near nauseous and they've stopped for a coffee and someone bought a pack of donuts and they're sitting there and you just like, I need something in my guts to stop me from ralphing out the window.
So it's basically last like only thing available.
Last resort.
Yeah, last resort. Worst case Ontario.
It's a it would be a health crisis.
Yeah.
There would have to be a health crisis. Okay?
Blood sugar's low.
Yeah.
So I'm just guessing, Retro. Growing up, you're in rural Saskatchewan and then Saskatoon. Myself, rural Manitoba, and then just slightly less rural Manitoba. We did not have Tim Hortons.
Really? Robbins.
I was gonna say, what was the chain? Because there was a country style, but there weren't too many of those. Oh. It was Robin's Donuts, right?
Robin's Donuts, baby. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think there's still Robin's Donuts out there, or there was until recently.
Yeah, I think there's one in Fort Capel. Because whenever I drive through there, they've got I guess a Robin's Donuts, and
there was one in Saskatoon for the longest of times.
Yeah, and then Tim Horton came in and just cut the bird's head off, just decapitated.
Ozzy Osbourne,
yeah. See ya. Coming up next weekend, Saturday, June 10th, it is UFC 289, Nunes versus Aldana. These two women are going to go at it. You're talking about the greatest to ever do it on the women's side. She got 2 belts. She's Amanda Nunes. She lost to Pena, but got it back, and is going to take on up and coming Irene Aldana. The main event at UFC 289 as well. It'll be Charles Oliveira and Beneil Dariush in the co-main event. Some people think maybe this is the main event, but either way, those are the two at the top of the card. June 10th, get it on pay-per-view UFC 289. I said to you yesterday that you're going to love this guy. Mike Malott, Canadian guy. I think that his fight against Adam Fugit is right before the two main events. I think they're going to push. Great up-and-coming fighter. And I said, you're going to love this guy. He was on the mic. This was after his first. He's, I think, 9-1-1 all-time MMA, 2-0 in UFC. And after his first UFC fight, he was on the mic with Joe Rogan afterwards, and he fired out an F-bomb and then realized, oh, geez, we're on ESPN. I shouldn't swear. And then at the end of the interview, and you'll hear it here, he starts to talk about his social media account, and the crowd's starting to boo him, being like, oh, don't send us to your social media. But watch the kid here. This is what I told you. Great Canadian kid. This is why you're going to love Mike Malott. And Adam Fugit, and the thing, I mean, he's got no money. He should not be giving $10,000. That's his first fight. And then in the post-fight interviews, Dana White was asked about it. He says, yeah, the kid can keep his money. I've got his $10,000. Don't worry about it. And then other people, I know, I think it was Jake Paul and other celebrities started jumping in. And then after that, people were handing him envelopes of money at events and stuff. They've raised hundreds of thousands of dollars, I think, in the end for the. So I said, you're going to love Mike Malott. Let's go, Mike. Coming up next Saturday, June 10th in Vancouver. Get out there and get a ticket, or if you can't, get yourself some pay-per-view next Saturday, UFC 289, finally back in Canada.
Ontario boy, went out to Dalhousie, I believe. Halifax was home for a while. That's where he got into MMA. So there's some good roots right there. Boy, and then out to the East Coast, where there's no more humble and kind people in the country.
I love it. You see him, hard right hand, sharp left, gets him down, starts pounding him on the face. Yeah. Mike, how was it? Oh, I'm just so happy to finally be here. Guy's a killer. UFC 289 next Saturday. Get it on pay-per-view. We're going to talk about, the hockey, does it start tonight? Stanley Cup Final?
What?
Sorry, Rob.
I had plans to go to the pub and watch the game.
They're giving you an extra day to get your ass down to Florida or to get to Vegas.
So I go to Florida and watch it in a pub?
I do that. I mean, you're going to be there for games 3 and 4.
Yeah. Then go to Vegas. I got this back. We know how you are with booking flights.
Yeah,
try and keep it simple. Yeah. Keep it as simple as possible. Outdoor Dental, Dr. Jay Patel. Dentistry with no needles, no drills, no stress. It's the Soleil laser. There are very few of these. I believe it is one of 2, maybe in the entire city of Calgary. Excellent just in general, but if dentists just aren't your thing, then this is the key for you. It is comfortable, relaxing, pain-free. And in addition, we've told you about it for months now, the snoring treatments. It works, it's effective, it can be life-changing. 2 15-minute treatments. Increases the tension in the soft palate, reduces snoring, it's non-surgical, it's pain-free. They put some topical little ointment in the back of your neck, at the back of by your neck, your throat there. And then 15 minutes later, then you come back for another 15, and all of a sudden, life is a whole lot better and sweeter because you're getting the quality sleep that you need. The website, outdoor.dental. His name, Dr. Jay Patel. Great guy.
Shout outs, Dr. J.
Dr. J, Outdoor Dental. Either give them a call, go online at outdoor.dental, book yourself in for either the dental procedures that you need, because there's more to it than that. They're doing all kinds of things right in-house. The one thing he's done is he's really gone all out on the technology that's available, whereas a lot of places haven't. So if you want the best treatment possible, you go and see Dr. J. Yeah, that's right.
Hammer and chisel at your place?
Time
to switch.
Is that a hacksaw? Go to sleep. Shut up. Don't worry about it. That's at every other place but Outdoor Dental. I want to do this day in history. There was a couple of things that came in, and some of it's Flames history, and it's McLeod Law. They like to revisit some of the things that have happened with the Calgary Flames and being their, proud of their Calgary roots and that. This is kind of Calgary Flame related, but the first one goes back to on this date, the 2nd. Today is June 2nd, correct?
I believe so.
In 1972, the expansion team in Atlanta finally got their team name. A 19-year-old college student named old Mickey Goodman won a contest. The team became known as the Flames. First game in the NHL, October 7th, later that year of 72 against the New York Islanders, who also joined the NHL via expansion. And you may not know this, but they actually hung on to that team name even after they were relocated to Calgary.
Is that right? So they're still called the Flames.
Still to this day, Ryan. Still to this day.
It's actually the only relocation where they kept the exact same name. Every other relocation in league history, they've changed the name.
I think it was...
the Stars became Stars. That's about as close as it gets.
I think it was Harley Hotchkiss who said, it works. It's oil and gas area. Well, just keep it.
And there'd been a great fire in Calgary, I believe, as well in the 1800s or something like that. So, sure.
Can't speak to that. Still with the Flames and still with June 2nd, it was this date in 1980. Now, the team had been 1980. This was when they moved to Calgary. They'd already been sold. They knew they were leaving, but kind of a last-ditch effort to get people excited about the Flames in Atlanta. They had drafted Jim Craig. Remember him? He of the Miracle on Ice.
Oh, yeah.
With the Americans. Well, you see him in a Boston Bruins jersey. He came to Atlanta, played 4 games for the Flames, winning just once. And then he was shipped out to Boston. And in exchange, the Flames, Cliff Fletcher, received a 2nd and 3rd round draft pick. One of the picks they used on Steve Conroyd, who is a defenseman. Conroyd played 5 seasons in Calgary, was later in the Richard Crom Steve Conroyd deal for John Tonelli that brought the wild man Tonelli to Calgary.
Dick Crom.
And the other draft pick that they got from the Bruins, they used on a smallish goaltender by the name of Mike Vernon.
Oh, local kid too, Dino.
Oh, I know.
Love that.
Jim Craig was never. He was a Miracle on Ice. Never really. I don't even. I guess lived up to the hype. I don't know what you'd call it, but certainly Vernon. I believe he went on to win Stanley Cups and had his cups and jersey up in the rafters and all that sort of thing.
Beauty.
That's all on this day.
It's a lot, Dean.
For June, I thought there'd be more.
Although the season slows down.
It's June too, eh? Yeah. Okay. McLeod Law, proud of their Calgary roots, big part of their long-standing client relationships. They understand this city and the people in it and the way that things work, like the communities that they serve. McLeod Law, their team varied and diverse, sharing a strong commitment to making a positive impact on our city. Whatever your legal needs, and I know that sounds very broad and kind of cheesy, but it's true. Whatever your legal needs, because they are a full-service law firm. They will help you in any way, shape, or form. McLeod-law.com. All over social media. There's Peter Klein, personal injury lawyer. Great guy.
Beauty.
McLeod Law. There you go. How's the Pinder report looking today? What are we...
14 items.
Feeling all right?
Pretty standard. That's in the center of the bell curve, Dean, which we love the Pinder report.
Anything donut related, or have we we
moved
covered
to the front of the queue because I figured it would be silly for me to be the expert on that, and we do like to talk food off the top of the show.
So you're in your car, obviously, in Toronto. In Toronto.
Sure, if you can see, it's pretty bright out there, but there's a water tower over there.
I see. So not Toronto. Is it the tower or the?
No. It's a water tower.
I see. Yeah. You gonna paint your name on it?
John Deere Green.
That's right. And what are you, kid hockey? You said?
Oh, of course. And some of these parents like to drink.
Really?
They like to drink, people. It's nice out. I understand that, but the tailgating is quite excessive.
Aggressive.
Quite. Yes.
How early are we starting? What are we talking?
Also, 2 occasions yelled at kids yesterday that weren't my own.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
It takes a village, Rhett.
Yeah. 2 kids. Village. Yeah, 2 kids were puck hogs. So I started make sure you don't pass as they skated up the ice.
So some sarcastic yelling even, yeah.
Yes, yeah. And then some other kids were up much too late for a 6 a.m. wake up, ramrodding around the hotel. And they got a piece of it.
It's a good verb.
Yeah.
Ramrodding.
So is it exhibition games, tournament?
Big tournament. And we've already excelled compared to the last time we were in Toronto, where we scored 1 goal in 4 games.
Oh,
3 goals in the first game for a tie.
Wow.
Oh, look out.
You can put it in the tie column.
Look out.
Undefeated.
The Red Ninjas.
Well, and it's nice that they've got a chaperone that can show them how to behave on the road and what kind of standard has to be upheld when you're representing a team in another city.
Leadership, Brian.
Yeah.
Leadership.
So are you the curfew police? Is that your role with the team, or you just happen
they were
to
in
see
the room
them?
right beside me, the little shitheads.
Yeah. And did you give them shit, or?
And they doubled down on it because I yelled out. I just poked my head out and said, "Hey, boys, quiet down, eh?" Closed the door, made it back to the bed, didn't even make it into the bed, and the noise level went up. And I thought, maybe, they're going to mock me? Are you? So then the hammer came down.
Yeah. Choke slam.
I'm going to bench you, you little...
Yeah. So how is the Red Ninjas? Is that a new name every year that we selected?
No,
or
I think that's a Buffalo staple. I think it's a spring team name.
Is that right? Wow.
Got there.
Well, we'll keep our eyes open for the any Red Ninja updates from Toronto over the course of the weekend.
Yeah, feel free to share on social, Red.
We're at the Leafs practice facility. You know, Treliving would be walking around, but I guess he's already a bud. He can't be part of the general pop.
Down giving a back rub to Austin Matthews in Phoenix. He's in Scottsdale. Can I get you another drink, sir?
Yeah. There's like 4 rinks there, right? It used to be called the old MasterCard Center or something like that.
Yeah, I've never been here. It's a pretty nice facility.
Let's do the Pinder Report presentation of Village Honda. Get your piece of the $1 million buy-in event. It's cash. Don't you love cash? It's your used vehicle. That's what they want. They're paying top dollar. They'll throw in a tropical cruise to boot. Find out more online at villagehonda.com. It's Village Honda with the Pinder Report.
All right, fellas, we start with some Calgary Flamesy news. And yes, it's exactly what Dean said. 1972, the Flames were born. Look at that photo. Beautiful. Young men. That's how cameras worked back then? Holy shit, that was a long time ago.
Two guys there.
It's
hey, there's 2 people.
Years ago. Holy crap.
Who are these people?
Maybe one of them is the donkey that won the contest. For
Bootsdale Baggio and Jim Puckworth. Okay. Finals get going tomorrow, Red. I'm sorry it's not today. Here's what we have. Hey, look at this. You know how the Flames are watching the Panthers thinking, damn it, how do we lose all these guys? The Lamborghini, Sam Bennett, superstar Matthew Tkachuk. Well, maybe the Panthers are doing that with the Vegas Golden Knights. Probably not. But it is funny that 2/3 of the top line after the expansion draft were gifted from Florida. Here they are against the Roll Club. Been a while, Dean. 5 years now. And
that was the publicized protecting of Mark Petrovic. Is that how that came to be? Or Alex, yeah.
Was a pretty decent AHL defenseman, to be fair. But these two, little higher pedigree at this point. The story on experience, Rhett. I know we like to talk about guys that have got it done before, that know what it takes to win. Here's Florida. They've got a couple stalls that have lifted a cup. Also, Carter Verhaeghe, the former Lightning, as well, has played in a Stanley Cup Final. Eric with 12 games, 5 for Mark Stahl, Carter with 3. As for the Golden Knights, a few more guys, if you think about it. Certainly guys that have played in the final. This team in 2018 lost. But Chandler Stevenson with Washington played against Vegas and won. Pietrangelo with those Blues that were last place in the league in January, riding psycho Jordan Binnington to a cup in 2019. Jonathan Quick is on the bench, not playing, but he won twice in L.A. Barbashev was in St. Louis with Pietrangelo as well. And Alec Martinez was also with Quick in L.A. And, of course, physical Phil Kessel twice with El Penguino winning a cup. There's some winners there. We always said it. Phil Kessel, winner.
Physical Phil playing?
He played 3 games in the Winnipeg series, I believe, 3 or 4 games, and not since. But
I hope he wins. No,
that'll get you a ring.
Cheering for the Cats.
3rd ring. Holy. Imagine if Phil had a mitt full of rings, like 3 of them. That's like, whew.
That's 3. Mitt full 5.
Well, I just mean like how many guys in this era of like the 28 to 32 team league can say they got 3? That's not
how many guys.
Well, you got to get to 3 finals.
And a few Pittsburgh guys. That's about it. That'd be incredible.
Get the finals 3 times.
Chris Kunitz 4, maybe? That's like modern day peak. Okay. We'll keep moving. Not a lot in hockey. They really like to slow this down and kill all the momentum. Congrats, guys. Awesome work. We'll go to the Memorial Cup. Last night was the tie-break game. It was Peterborough, who'd struggled mightily, but beat Quebec Rampart for their only loss of the round robin against the hosts in Kamloops. Let's go to, quite an exchange here.
Off the 7-off. He shoots off the foot.
Okay.
Run over after the shot. Gloves are off. Stillman and Bankier. Big right hand from Chase Stillman. Connects again, and Bankier got rocked.
Oh, dear.
As he falls to the ice and gets back up under his own power.
Yeah. That's 2 guys off to the dressing room.
It's 2/3 of the top line that Chase Stillman destroyed on his own. Yes, that's the son of Corey, the brother of Riley. Wow.
Clunk.
A big hit. You got an instigator for the Kamloops player, and you're also going to get the boom lowered on you.
Oof.
Stillman. Oof. That's more physical than I remember the old man. Although I think Riley can be a bit physical. Riley is still.
Yeah, Riley got punched out by who went from Nashville to Jeannot.
Tanner Jeannot. Yeah.
Not good. Not good.
So the Petes up against it have won 2 games in a row to get through to the semifinal. Here's what it looks like. They're going to play the WHL champion Seattle Thunderbirds. And then the winner will face Quebec, who's waiting in the final. Pat Roy just storming around staring at people. Just waiting for this game.
What are you looking at?
Hey!
What are you looking at?
Except in French. How do you say, what are you looking at in French?
Columbus.
Yeah.
Columbus for Pat Roy.
Columbus.
Oh. So this is not a boomer's rumor. It's a speculation from Brent.
Yeah.
Is this? It's reckless.
I love it. I love reckless speculation.
That's
what we need in the Pinder report. Huh. They do have an opening.
Patty
Waugh is going to take down whoever's the GM, though, right? Because he wants to run the whole thing. He wants to be like 04 Darryl. He's not into getting marching orders. He wants to be GM and head coach. That's why it ended so sour in Colorado. He had this I have player personnel. Okay.
This is a lot of words. It's a word salad there.
Thank you. Rhett, did you ever feel like you're getting screwed in the NHL as a pro athlete? Because I know the NFL only plays 16 games, shorter year. Major League Baseball, it's 162, but it's like every day. NBA similar. Check this out from Jay Kuda, my favorite baseball tweeter. Only bangers. Look at your offseason. Look at the white. NHL hockey players have the shortest offseason of any of the big 4 sports. Criminal, Rhett.
Mm-hmm. It's true. It is criminal.
Unless you're missing the playoffs in the majors, that is, you have the shortest offseason as an NHL player. Didn't really think of it that way.
Why do you think Giordano's played for 40 years? Like, never played in the playoffs. Did all kinds of 6 months of work.
That's a weird place to
6 months of work.
How have you not chased down Brad Treliving to force a geo trade at this point? You're already in the same city as him. You've been working on this for a decade.
Can't trade him if he's not. You know what? He's not even going to. He's going to be working beside Treliving. He'll be a special assistant. He's not
so 1 year left at 800.
Special did he have 2-year deal? Oh.
No. Well, money. I get it. Okay, we'll move on. NBA Final Game 1 last night. Sorry, Rhett. Jokic.
I saw a big dunk last night at one point. Big dunk.
Let's
looking for a mentor from this crew. Murray.
There's Jamal Murray, the Canadian.
Jokic. Shot clock winding down.
You can't be that big and shoot it that nice. And be a great passer. And it's defend. Ugh. They're loving it in Denver, Rhett.
They didn't mind the time off.
No, they were just fine.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's because they're used to it.
How was their goalie? Was their goalie rusty? We got to make our picks later today. I need to know.
I thought, the Heat penalty kill was.
Could have been better.
Yeah.
Room for improvement, Dean. It's early in the series. Regression, right?
Sweep.
Oh dear, that would suck.
Yeah.
We saw the dugout cheer for the Detroit Tigers after a home run from like a month ago, and Rhett didn't like it. It was cheesy. They were using a hockey stick and a helmet, shooting a puck in the dugout. What do we think about the Richard bump here? Because that's what I think we need to call this in Boston.
Whoa, hey, how you doing?
Let's try that again.
Whoa, hey,
That's after a home run last night against Cincinnati. Tense 2-2 game in the late stages. Rips one into the seats, and that's how you celebrate. That's a Richard on Richard crime right there. That's how they're celebrating Rats.
It's a public display of affection. PDA right there.
Teammates were very close, very close. Let's go to the CPL Cavalry FC. We've talked about it. They got forged this weekend. It is Indigenous Peoples Celebration game tomorrow, 2 p.m. at Echo Field. Here's Mason Trafford.
Working really hard on this one with ATCO, who's presenting partner of this match, and it's something we really want to knock out of the park, and I think everything's aligning really nicely. Beautiful weather scheduled. Obviously, Cavalry versus Forge is sort of a marquee matchup in this league, and there's always fireworks with this game. It really is the marquee matchup, I think, in the first 5 years of CPL. Two top managers, two great footballing teams that are fun to watch. Just going head to head, like there's passion, right? Like that's what really football and soccer is all about. It's about like the passion for your city, for your club. It's emotional, and when you're here on the grounds, like it's like an emotional sport that way, and you can really feel it.
All right, big one tomorrow, 2 p.m. Here's a look at the table. Forged at the top.
That was Mason.
That's Mason Trafford. Yes.
Did you? I was just noticing how professional and nicely dressed Mason was. And Pinder looked like he was getting ready to be dragged behind a boat on an inner tube or something.
Yeah.
Well, I was asking if they had any empties around, but it was very tidy, as it always is at Spruce Meadows. So.
You guys keep all the empties. Oh, okay.
Was it cool out, or do you wear that in plus 36?
Do you have any full ones? I can make some empties if you don't have any empties. 2 o'clock tomorrow. Indigenous Peoples Celebration match. Should be a good one. You can see Forge at top of the table. Cavalry's in fourth. Big one. And finally, a couple throwaways for the weekend. It's Friday. Rhett, you and Rob Ray were doing a bunch of errands in Buffalo. And I don't know if this is the shoveler following you or someone that was just nearby, but they caught you on camera trying to run some errands in Buffalo. And it looks like the first one, there's a huge, like, it's either a flower pot or a vase. And I feel like you needed a piece of machinery to help you, but this is you and Rob trying to load it up into Rob's truck. I guess he's doing some decorating, or he's moving something from the doghouse.
He's got all these rental properties that he wants to get.
Yeah, so what?
Well, this is probably
It would take a lot of soil to fill that up. It's
got to move this. So I don't know where we're taking it, but that looks like you right there, and Rob's on the other side. It's a really small.
The
truck.
long arms there, yeah, that makes sense.
Razors felt like we had this under control, but
and it's weird you didn't ask anyone to help, because it does look very heavy, and I know Rob.
Razor gets bothered by too many people.
Yeah.
He doesn't.
Well, that didn't work, but we tried.
Somebody's holding the camera, right? They could have asked the camera guy to.
Well, the shoveler's being ignorant, thinking she's funny. This camera's what she's doing.
So we're trying this way now. Get on its
Yeah,
side,
gonna try and roll it.
I think that's got a chance.
Well, we used to be professional athletes.
Come on, guys.
A couple of years back, we'd have had this.
Well, bad shoulders. Okay, now
Put
we
your
got
back
it.
into
Here
it.
we go. It's the loading dock. Finally got it. Come on, Rob.
Yeah,
Come
get
on,
it
Rob.
there.
Gosh.
You got it.
Oh,
Hey, you did it, guys.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
oh. You should have. The cleanup
Guys.
was worse than the.
No kidding. And he needed that for the Razor's doghouse. It was going to be really central to the new decorating. So back to square one. And then I guess he was cleaning out another area. This might be by Rob Ray's garage, as there's some old tires stacked up that we're trying to move. So this is
So much clutter, yeah.
Either you or Rob. You'll have to tell me. It's a little grainy. But this is another errand you guys were running here.
Oh.
Dean, walk us through this, please, would you?
Well, there's poor Rhett trying. He's going to load some.
Just trying to help.
There's no rim in the tire, so you can just kind of fire those onto the truck. And as Rhett kind of turns his back, and the tire kind of tips over, lands on his shorts, and rubber. It's grippy. It's sticky. It pulled your shorts right down to your ankles, and then you had a slip and fall.
And the belt kept. Remember, I brought it up a few weeks ago, where those belts that you can switch sides, they're both sided, but it pinches your belly fat and belly hair. So I got rid of the belt. I had nothing to keep them up.
That tire, quite a scamp. What a practical joker, that tire.
Tough weekend for you.
Yeah.
And,
I'm not helping Razor anymore. I'm done with that.
No,
guy.
you shouldn't.
Yeah. Tell him to get out of his sweatpants. Meet for coffee. No more errands. That's your.
He doesn't have the safety protocols in place that I require.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's your Pinder report. For
Pinder
Village
report
Honda.
brought to you by Village Honda. You've heard it. You've heard us talk about it for a while. Paying top dollar. Their money is where their mouth is. $1 million to do it. Sell them your vehicle. Tropical cruise for 2. Find out more at villagehonda.com. They are located in the Northwest Auto Mall if you want to stop by. And of course, they are your dealership for life. What is Rob doing during the summer? Do you see much
Probably
of him?
walking around in his sweatpants. And yeah, what do you mean? He does
Hot
nothing.
Sweatpants. Does he have
I'll tell you
sweatshirts?
what. Remember when you were addicted to that game on your phone a few years back, Dean?
Candy Crush?
That's what Razor's doing right now.
No.
He's addicted to a game on his phone. I sat with him at the rink the other day for an hour, and he would answer questions, but he wasn't talking to me. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Mhm.
yeah. Then
Well, maybe he's bored with you.
yeah, possibly.
Yeah. I thought maybe you guys would be hanging around. I thought you guys were thick as thieves.
He don't
perhaps.
drink anymore, so he's no fun.
Oh, I see. Vena Nova, Calgary's lab-grown diamond specialist. We've been telling you about lab-grown diamonds. I don't think anyone's even buying real diamonds anymore. They've heard us talking about it. They're like, I'm not looking to get hoodwinked here by Big Diamond. I'm not looking for that. I want to be smart and savvy and wise.
Lobby can frig off.
That's right. They're looking to screw you. Not these guys. The only store in Calgary that specializes exclusively in lab-grown diamonds. Lab-grown diamond, what is it? Well, it's been grown in a lab, obviously. Same chemical composition and crystal structure as a natural earth mine diamond. However, the savings are astronomical. 50, 60, sometimes 80% less than what you'll pay for one of those dumb things that they dig out of the ground. This one's been made in a lab. Science, people. It's science. If you're getting engaged and you need a ring, this is the only way to do it. Because the women,
Inflation.
they love the rings, right? It's, it's the first thing everybody. So can I see the ring? Where's the ring?
Show me the ring.
You want to have pop, right? You want.
Well, she's not going to say yes if it's just your ugly mug staring at her. So you need something to distract her eyes from you.
Oh my God, you're so lucky. I can't.
You must love me.
Yeah, that's the kind of reaction you get when you get one of those big honking Vena Nova lab-grown diamonds. Either way, I mean, it's just making more and more sense. 80% less, better quality diamond. Why wouldn't you? Vena Nova, downtown showroom on the second level of Stephen Avenue Place, or you can go online. You see it there. Vena Nova, VENA, Nova.com. Lab grown, get your lab grown here. So, rumor has it, tomorrow the Stanley Cup Finals is going to begin.
Boomer has it.
Boomer has it. They are going to be in Vegas. The last time, Rhett, that the Florida Panthers were in a Stanley Cup Final would be when?
96.
1996. It was a different time then.
Different game.
How many cell phones did you
game.
have? 2 burners?
Oh, I never even heard of a cell phone. The cell phones came in those big packs.
A
It was
bag.
a car phone. They would take up the whole console, like a backpack.
Yeah.
Very expensive.
You were a veteran team, but yet a lot of youth. Would that be fair? Some young guys, but
Definitely.
really, yeah. I think we had this photo from earlier this year, but this is the young hooligans that the Florida Panthers had collected
Look at that clean-cut young man from Frontier, Saskatchewan.
from the November edition of Breakaway magazine, which apparently was the program. Looks like you're playing the Flyers that night.
Huh.
Florida's fabulous freshman,
How about this photo shoot?
Doug McLean, David Nemirovsky, Radek Dvorak, Ed Jovanovski, and number 45, Rhett Warner.
That's an awkward number, 45.
Michael Jordan. I've told you this before.
Right.
It's a second number, not as good one.
Yeah.
It's his first number.
So you're in class there. You're in a classroom. Obviously,
I don't
learning.
recall going to the school, but yeah, it looks to be like I should have stayed in school. Yeah.
That was
You
the
did
last
all
time you were
right.
in school, if I'm correct, wasn't it?
I go to get my kids when they get kicked out of school.
Okay.
And look at Jovo.
That is some young.
Like just
Jovo.
an animal.
Wow. Nice. You got a little bit of a
Didn't-
mullet going there.
Didn't start playing hockey till he was 12. Oh,
That's wild.
7 years later, NHL.
First overall.
Shit. Wow. Is he got some flow at the back there? Or am I
Oh,
seeing
yeah.
something?
I was going to say, so does Nemirovsky at the front there. You're looking at rather
That's not
shorn.
Like,
Moravsky saw him 2 weeks ago.
Big Dave. What's he doing? Collecting bottles?
Coaching in
With
the
Pinder?
KHL.
What is it?
really?
Siberia.
Holy shit.
Way
Sounds
up.
lovely.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Breathtaking this time of year.
And of course, Dougie McLean was with Sportsnet. I believe, what, did he get let go or leave?
It was a couple years ago.
That was part of the purge, right?
Doesn't
When
matter.
they gassed a bunch of people. And he is living his best life.
East
He's
Coast.
in Florida or he's in PEI.
Yeah.
It's beach. Wherever he is, he's got sand in his crack.
He's got a nice thing going.
He does. Good for him.
Yeah. Yeah. Being retired and just living your best life.
Moving
He's
from
got it
beach to
made.
beach, dependent on weather. Lovely.
Yeah. So that's the last time, which does feel like a while ago for the Florida Panthers. Times have changed. They are taking on
Right.
the Vegas Golden Knights,
They've
who are
been
back to the Cup final. They were there year one. They are back again.
Year 5.
I don't know that you need motivation when you make it this far. If you're a pro, you don't need to be motivated.
For the Stanley Cup?
You
Where
don't
are
need it.
going? Oh,
No, you don't need it.
that is.
You're going to
That's
get a
why
ring.
people are tuning in.
Yeah. No, you don't need to be motivated. This is what you play for. You're not getting paid. Players don't get paid
This is free.
to play in the
Good work, guys.
playoffs. But in case the Vegas Golden Knights, if it wasn't enough, there's a little extra incentive for the Vegas Golden Knights.
Okay.
If they win the Stanley Cup,
Oh, dear.
the Hustler Club has offered Golden Knights free lap dances for life if they win the Cup. Yeah, the Hustler Club, yeah. Very fancy, must say.
You just build it into your game day routine. You get coffee on the way out the door, drop the kids at school, go to the Hustler Club, get your free lapper, and then off to the rink. That's every day. Build it
How
into
much?
your-
How much for a little space in the VIP area?
Oh,
No VIP area. Okay, I guess we'll just sit down wherever then. So there you go.
It's really just
Cup
a
schmup. That's what we
sensational-
always say. Cup schmup. When's
Nothing quite there.
Yeah, I've said that a lot.
yeah? When's Cassandra coming by?
You got to get the cup first, or Cassandra ain't stopping by. Don't
That's
bother
right.
them.
No, that's the other thing. It's not like a hey guys, even if you don't win, we'll give you lap dances for life.
No.
That would be a nice consolation prize.
You guys think you're great people, so we'll just take
Yeah.
care of you no matter what. No, that's not.
It's not
Succeed
how that
and you're
goes. Here are, and I guess we can do our picks. Here's the odds. I'm actually going to use this later for the Betway Bets of the day. I showed this the other day. This is, as of this morning on the Betway app,
Look at that.
Vegas, the favorite, obviously. They have home ice advantage. That has not mattered to Florida one bit.
No. In fact,
They have been-
bet down would be a very
Yeah.
Would this be the first time ever? Like, because Florida beat the first place, the top 3 teams in the East, right? And then they beat the number 1 team again.
Yeah, it's because I had a whole kind of list of things here. They search of the championship final. It's going to be a first-time champion, as we know. They have they've won 15 overtime. Road teams have won 15 overtime games. As for the Panthers, they've won 8 straight on the road, which is really kind of unbelievable that you would win 8 on the road, let alone have a winning streak. But yeah, it's the Panthers became the third team, in league history to eliminate 3 of the NHL's top 4 teams in the same postseason.
And a chance to eliminate the 4th.
Yeah. Not too shabby.
I hope those days off aren't going to kill you, because I feel like it's too many.
Sergei Bobrovsky made 72 consecutive saves against Carolina in the East Final between Game 2 and Game 4. He has been as great as Tkachuk has been. It's hard to believe, but I feel like Bobrovsky would be the Conn Smythe guy if you picked it today. A lot can change in the next 4 to 7 games, but
I'll let you know when this one's over.
yeah. Tkachuk was only in on every game-winning goal against the Carolina Hurricanes. So, with that said, I was going to say we could do our picks, but I see somebody.
Whatever. Let's do it anyway.
Well, I know which way you're going because
I've been right all along.
You have been, but if you take off your Pantero jersey, are you? What's your gut saying?
They're in the Stanley Cup Finals, and it's hard to say this. I've never trusted Vegas that they were that good.
Oh, I know.
Right? Like they were in first, and I'm like, yeah, but are they any good? And they win the first series. I'm like, yeah, but are they any good? Like they're going to get wiped out by high-flying Oilers. Then they beat the Oilers, and I'm, yeah, but are they any good? And same with that. Like, so I mean, I'll stick with my Panthers, obviously. But I am a little bit concerned with that, with the 10 days off or however long it was total. Like that's a lot of time to sit around when you're a team that's playing with momentum.
I'm in that same boat because I catch myself. Oh, it's goaltending. It's Bobrovsky versus Aiden Hill. Well, that's a Aiden Hill has been as good as any goaltender could have been. He led in maybe one bad goal, 2 bad goals since he took over when Brossoit got hurt. He's won series. His numbers are great. It has not mattered. And I'm with you. I look at them and I feel like they're okay. They're okay. They're in the Stanley Cup again. If it wasn't such a long layoff, I would go with the Panthers, but I just feel like it is, they had such a thing going, and it was that routine, and you can speak to it. We can't. As a fan, you kind of get into it, but as a player, it's game day, travel day, game day, practice day, game, that whole thing that you get into. Once you've got in that rhythm, I think it's got to be real hard once you get out of it. And you can have a couple days here and there, but they went from 7-game series to 4-game sweep. That's hard.
Yeah, I like the Aiden Hill thing is crazy, but so is the Sergei Bobrovsky thing. Like Bob has the name, but he hasn't been much better than Aiden Hill the last 4 years. Like he's been very replacement level despite the $10 million. They're both out of their minds right now. Hill's started 9 games. He's won 7 of them. He's got 2 shutouts. Like the guy has been excellent. And you look at his numbers and be reminded that of those 9 games he started, a significant number were against the Oilers. This is not a Winnipeg team that he was stymieing. That was a different set of goalies at that point. I'm going to go with Vegas. I'm worried about what you guys are worried about. I think it's real. Florida's got all those vibes, and then can you hit pause for 10 days and pick right back up where you were? I feel like it's hard to do. And most importantly, when a goalie's dialed in, can he? Because I don't know that they're anywhere near where they're at, if not for Bob. Like they probably don't get past Toronto. He is your front runner, I think, for the Conn Smythe. Tkachuk could be a conversation, but I just worry about Bob more than Tkachuk. I worry about a goalie in the zone that's got to sit for 10 days and not have games.
So, yes. So you've got Vegas.
I'm going Vegas as well.
Yeah.
Sorry,
I'm going Vegas also, which is funny because I have my Betway Bets coming up. It just, there isn't a lot of value in Vegas, but I think I do. It's the layoff, and Vegas has never been as good as I've given them credit for. There was a real potential to shit themselves against Dallas.
Yeah.
And they didn't, right? They lost the one game in overtime.
Yep.
And the other game they lost
and had too many turnovers, and then they went 6-0. See ya.
They've avoided banana peels the entire way. They're a pretty deep and good team. I said it last. Chandler Stevenson, pretty friggin' good hockey player.
Yeah.
Eichel's come on. I'm going Vegas. I don't know how many games. It's 6 or 7.
Let's hope it's a good long series.
Panthers at 6. They're going to lose the first one because they're going to be flat. They're going to win 3 in a row.
Ooh.
They're going to lose the 5th in Vegas, win it at home, party on the beach.
Right, there's a lot of details there. This feels like he's Back to the Future. He's got all these little things that how would you even know? That's amazing. I'll say long series. Let's go 7. Why not? We've earned it. I feel like we've earned a 7th game, haven't we? After these miserable round 3, 3-0, 3-0. Come on now. Give us something a little tastier than that.
So let's. I don't want to take too much time because I know we got stuff. We're
good.
I know where you are, so I'll ask you, Ryan. That's the Vegas Golden Knights have just won the Stanley Cup. You wake up the next morning and Vegas is your cup winner.
Yeah.
What's going through your head?
Oh man,
because they have been a bit of a villain in a lot of people's eyes.
And it feels like it's the second or third iteration of this team. It's not the expansion team. Like, yes, you've still got your Carlson, Marchessault, Riley Smith, but, Pietrangelo was a massive free agent. They've gone to the scrap heap and got a goalie hot, but Robin Lehner, and before that it was Marc-Andre Fleury. Nate Schmidt's gone. Like, a lot of these faces of the franchise were jettisoned out of there. They've shown no loyalty, and they went from like, wow, what a great team. I'll cheer for Vegas in 2018 because what a great story it is. And that's changed very quickly to, man, they got no loyalty. They're an older roster too. They've moved every single first rounder, I think with the exception of one, and don't write that off yet. Like, they are in win now mode. I kind of look at that roster and think this is their best shot.
Yeah, Retro, I was just saying, because Vegas has been the black hat for a number of years, if they win this thing and then you have your Monday morning quarterback and you sit back, and do you respect how they went at it? And how picks be damned, let's go get the best players and we're here to win. We're not here to build slowly. Or how do you feel?
You have to, because you win. There's nothing. You win. I was talking to a guy today at breakfast, the kids, because I was thinking about it last night. 32 teams in the league. It's been 89's the last time the Flames won. The Rangers won in 94 to finally get rid of that 50-some plus year
56.
drought. 32 teams, and if a team wins 3 in a decade, like this decade, it's been Tampa, LA, and
Chicago, Pittsburgh.
Like, you can go a lifetime without winning. So, yes, they won. If whoever wins, you win.
Yeah.
There's nothing else.
Flags fly forever is the expression in baseball. So whatever you had to do, whatever trade you had to make, it may not have been great on paper, but if it results in a championship, you can justify the hell out of it because nothing matters more than titles. It's like you trade Brett Hull to get a defensive defenseman, you win the cup, flags fly forever. Justify it.
And then on the other side, old Chucky. We'll talk about it next week. Obviously, game 1 goes tomorrow, and then game 2 will be played on Monday. But I am looking forward to it. I know there's a lot of people. It's kind of whatever. No one's going to watch. The ratings are going to be blah. I think the hockey's going to be good.
I think it will. Yeah, and you know what? Everyone's going to be outraged about everything anyway. So just thoughts and prayers to the people that this has ruined their life. That these two teams have won, the requisite 12 to get to the Stanley Cup Final. We're sorry. We'll just hope you can get through these tough times.
Betway Bets coming up. Want to tell you one more time, heading into the weekend, you're thinking about getting out on the golf course. Get that plan in place. If you haven't already planned your summer trip out to St. Eugene yet, do it this weekend. steugene.ca. They're on social media at St. Eugene Resort. The championship golf course, the casino, the spa, the restaurants, mountains, whatever it is that maybe you love golf and you want to golf every minute, do it. Maybe love the area, maybe go for a round of golf, that'd be good. And, do some shopping, hiking, whatever else. That works too. It's all there waiting for you. Rediscover or discover for the very first time the St. Eugene Golf Resort and Casino. Once again, there you see the website, steugene.ca.
Eugene.
Eugene. So yeah, the Betway Bets, we will do these on the way out here. My bets will be somewhat different than you're looking for value. Mm-hmm. We're betting here.
Yeah.
It's the Betway Bets. Get the Betway app in your phone. Bet along. Be responsible. Bet the responsible way with Betway. The odds were in favor of the Vegas Golden Knights.
Big time. Minus 134 you just showed us, right? For the series.
Yeah.
One?
Plus 110 for the Florida Panthers. So I'll take the Florida Panthers and there we go. Plus 110. I'm going to roll the dice with the betting odds in mind that they're going to like that break. They're going to be just fine. Who have they beaten along the way? Everybody is basically what you need to know. The best of the best. Plus 110. I'll take the Panthers for a hoot, and I'll say 7 games plus 200 because I do think it's going to be a long series.
Lovely. I've got a little baseball. I've also got some hockey. Conn Smythe odds are up at Betway, and I'm telling you, Aiden Hill's not the front runner now, but if Vegas wins and he keeps playing well, 12-1 doesn't make sense. That number's too big. Like a goalie in a final, he's got 7 wins and 9 starts. You're telling me he's 12-1? Get the bleep out of here. I'm taking that for him to shine if they win, and hey, pick up that lovely trophy to make me 12-1. Tonight, Verlander and Bassett. It's Bassett against his old club, the Mets in Queens. Plus 350 if they both hit 6Ks. Bassett has been spectacular at times. 2 rough starts. The rest have been superb. He had that nearly 30-inning shutout streak going on. And Verlander's Verlander. So that's my other bet for Betway.
There you go. Betway bets of the day for our buddies at Betway. We are going to run. Rhett's got a tournament to win. Go Red Ninjas. Pinder's got stuff to do. And we want everybody to have a great weekend. We'll be back on Monday. And by then, we'll know who took Game 1 and get ready for Game 2 of the Stanley Cup Final. Have a great weekend, everybody.
Audio.
See ya.
Go Cats? Yeah. It's missing the Go Cats. He tried it one day and quit.
Yeah. See you, buddies.
Lazy prick.